And I think it's time to go live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Squared Circle Talk, episode 8. I can't believe we've been allowed to do 8 of these, guys.
Okay, that's not a funny joke when the literal owner of the company is with you and makes those decisions.
Okay, all right. So Jake's going to be Mr. Buzzkill tonight. Cool.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
all
Three
night.
more episodes, I'm gonna run out of fingers.
Yes, you're going to run out of hands very soon. We'll have to get another one in there. But guys, this is episode 8 of Squared Circle Talk. We appreciate everyone joining us tonight. We have, of course, below me is the man himself, the smartest guy in the room, to be honest, Mr. Martin Lee. Thank you so much for being here, Martin. To my diagonal, whatever way that's supposed to be, I'm shocked he's even here. He actually showed up. It's Mr. Michael Rosa.
Stuff's been going on at work, so just take it when you can get it, sir.
Don't worry. I mean that with all the love in the world. And as you heard him say himself, what?
I was like, why do you need me? We have Martin and Jake. Like, that's really all we need. I'm here for the moral
Mike,
support.
we always need you, Mike. Come on, stop it. Stop it. You're doing it every day for 2-3 months. That's true. That is very true. Us, I guess, consistently doing it in this format. And we always love when you're here, Dean. Love you, buddy. And, of course, to our right is the man himself, Mr. Jake Jollymore. How are you, sir?
I'm alive.
You're alive. Listen, I got to tell you something. It's better than most people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make no.
Some people are dead. Some people.
You almost did it.
I almost made a joke, but we're gonna just segue away from that joke and just go straight into today's a tragic day for the wrestling world.
It is an unbelievably tragic day for the wrestling world. And, Jake, I'll let you start off with that.
The second half of the greatest tag team ever to grace our TV screens, our live events, anything we've ever seen and or heard of in the wrestling industry. The second half Road Warrior Animal passed away this morning at 60 years old.
It's terrible. I mean, what an iconic tag team that set the bar for all tag teams going forward in the history of professional wrestling. Regardless of promotion, regardless of era, they were a standard on how you were to be a team. And it's a sad day for the world for sure.
Yep, love the Road Warriors. Kind of sucked when they put him with Heidenreich and they tried to make it again and everyone rejected it. But yeah, rest in peace, man. Wrestling god, he's very big in the wrestling business. So rest in peace to the man.
Absolutely, 100%. Martin, can you think of a moment for you or a match for you or something that just oozes the Road Warriors?
I can't really think of one, but all I know is they were one of the greatest tag teams to ever step in the ring.
Absolutely. I think
you can't be one of the greatest tag teams ever if you can't say, yeah, I headlined the Territory Days over Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair for the championship.
Did you always think, and people always bring up, I was listening to the radio today and they were bringing up, when they went to the Meadowlands and they were the bad guys and the pop they got. They were the bad guys. They were supposed to be the worst dudes.
The Road Warrior pop. It is still a thing people say. As Dean just said, nothing like the Road Warrior pop.
Nothing like the Road Warrior pop. Real quick, want to give a big shout out to Luther. Thank you so much for being here. Elizabeth is here. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Keep waiting for us to start yelling at each other, Jake.
That's the only reason anybody watches this show. For me and Nick, that's the only reason Martin's here is to have us yell at each other.
Well, guys, obviously, I'm very happy we had a chance to pay our respects to Road Warrior. And as he would want us to do, the show continues to roll on. And real quick, I think it's time we just get out some fake news. Guys, there were 2 stories that came out this week. There's some fake news that was spread, and I think we need to address it. One, and it might have been shared by a guy in here who maybe wrote an article and maybe didn't, follow up, maybe possibly. I don't know who that could be. But as much as we were all hoping for it, maybe I just was because I'm a big fan of the Split and the Primal Scream, Melina has not re-signed with WWE, as prior reports would say from Wrestling Observer and others. I think they're all pointing at me now. Yes, it was me. I apologize. No reason. We didn't have to name people, guys, but it's fine.
We didn't name anybody.
All I'm saying is all you did was ruin your own credibility by not following up with that story.
I did follow. We did follow up with the story. We made a post to say that he wasn't true. Yes, we did. 100%. So, So
All
how?
right, no, you're right. Yo, hey,
I'm
we made a
just
post.
going in here in front of the
I
masses.
worry about football. I worry about football.
Oh God, it's starting already.
Well, guys, in all seriousness, that is not happening. And not saying that people were so much looking forward to it, like it was like a great big thing that was going to happen. But I don't know. It would have been kind of interesting considering that the fact the women's division kind of sucks.
I have a guaranteed idea that it is happening. Look at John Morrison. He did the exact same thing. A week before the actual announcement, hey, he's signing with WWE. He comes out and says, no, I'm not. A week later, John Morrison is signed with the WWE and he'll be on Friday Night SmackDown. It's going to be the same thing.
Now, what is interesting is she did make a point to say, because like usually she's always been very like anti-WWE, very down on WWE, and her statement that she made on her social media page when she denied the claim that she had signed a new deal was, I'm not saying I won't, I just haven't yet. So that makes me think that maybe there is a chance. What's going on, Brandon?
Brandon, real quick, you had a really good story that I saw somewhere about making Road Warrior Animal laugh when you met him with your kid. Can you please type in that story for us? Because it was awesome.
Yes, please do. We'd love to hear some more Road Warrior stories. So, anyways, how about this? I'll ask this. Martin, if Melina was to re-sign, would you be excited about it or would you be meh?
I'd be excited because when she was doing, she was one of the big ones. She was a huge superstar, and she was a vocal point of the women's division, whatever it was called. And I think she'd be pretty. I think she'd be pretty good on Raw. Because Raw needs a woman right now, and because that division is lacking badly.
Definitely, you can definitely get some interest, and you would definitely like to have a veteran presence there. I just don't know how well she really wrestles anymore, but maybe that's just me. Look, Circus Monkey Sports getting in on the action, saying, yeah, wrestling.
Dean, I will tell you there is something in the works. We don't know if it's going to come to establish this year or next year, but there is something coming.
Wow.
Probably not on Sunday
Some
morning.
breaking news about football here on Square
yeah.
Circle Talk. Wow, some football news.
Actually,
Oh,
Dean,
get
if
the
you go to GCSN right now, I just wrote an article on the top 10 performances from last week. So take a look at that. We already know. Aaron Jones killed me in fantasy, by the way.
Know who's doing well and who's not doing well. Get them off your squad.
I'm pretty sure Martin beat me without Michael Thomas and Jack Doyle, first of all.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of mad about that.
I would be as well. But now another story.
I totally forgot someone lineup.
Martin, you brought this up to us today. Was a story that was coming out of AEW that people were suggesting was true. It turns out it's not true. What story is that?
Diamante, Elise and Thunder Rosa had a match on Dynamite, and the story was that the match got heated, and Thunder Rosa and Elise got into a huge argument, and I think that Thunder Rosa was mad at Elise for not treating her like the champion that she is.
Okay, and so now we've now then it's been confirmed that is not true. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is the follow-up that I have seen from multiple different sources.
Well, guys, I think that covers it then, since that is not happening. We like to get the fake news roundup, baby. Get all the fake news out of here. There's no reason to even address it.
Nick, because you're great at telling stories, I'm going to have you read Brandon's comment.
Okay, I'm going to read it.
We got the story.
Here's the story. When I met Road Warrior Animal, he asked my son if he wanted to wear the pads. I reply, no. I've been waiting years to put on the pads.
On the Game Changer post about Road Warrior, he shared the picture of him in the pads and his kid, and he is wearing the pads. It is the greatest.
Dude. Guys, make sure you check out the Facebook page. I gotta see that. I'm gonna see that the second we get to the show tonight. That is awesome. That's an amazing story. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't do that. Like if The Rock threw out his elbow pad and I caught it, my son's like, Dad, can I have it? Like, Break off me. What the? Are you out of your mind? This
I
is
just
the
want to
greatest.
see that visual of Brandon being like, "Step aside, son. I've been waiting for 40 years for this."
Shoving his son out of the way.
Oh.
This is not for you. This is for me.
And you don't even know him. You don't even know him.
You don't even know him. Now, Mike, you're getting some fangirling right here from our friend Shane. He says, "One day I hope to grow as great of a beard as Mike." Wow.
Isn't that great, man? Look,
Yeah, he's almost at Amish level.
It's not. Well, my girl hates it, but you know what? I've been annoying her all day, so I might as well keep it going.
Oh man.
Welcome to the show, Eric. How are
Eric,
you
thank
tonight,
so much
my
for
man?
joining us tonight,
Wait,
man.
wait. Isn't Tuesday your night? I believe Tuesday's your night, Eric.
Oh, well, now he's here on Wednesdays too because he wants to be a part of the best
take
wrestling show on the planet. Now, also something that should be said that is true. It's not fake news. It's true news or whatever. Just news, facts. James Storm is a free agent. His contract has expired with NWA, and now the question is, where will he go? And I think it'd be kind of fun, real quick, guys, because we have so much to cover tonight. If your best guess, where is James Storm going? I'm going to start with Mike. Where is he going?
I just want him to go to WWE so we can get beer money again.
We want
So,
beer money. Okay,
so,
we want beer money. All right, how about this? Martin, where is he going?
All right, so there's a certain Canadian in the WWE who he had a lot of history with and a very just in a tag team. So I think he's gonna go there and team up with Bobby Roode, want beer money, and give that Raw or SmackDown tag division something they really needs.
All right, now we got our friend Dean here saying he feels he's going to go to Impact. Interesting. We have our friend Anthony. Thank you so much for joining the
I
show.
see that.
Storm going to AEW. Okay. Oh, Brandon's saying Storm going to AEW. And then Anthony's saying the reason why he goes to AEW is because he wants Rude back with Ziggler. I don't know about that. We'll have to see. Oh, our friend Rich. Thank you so much for joining us, Rich. He's saying AEW as well. Jake, what say you? Where's Jake?
How can you tell me? Mike's already out.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
This be good. This be
How
good.
can you tell me that Bobby Roode and James Storm are going to come back to the or go to the WWE, whatever you want to call it, and team together when, first off, beer money can't be called beer money. Let's start there. That's not PG. That's not for the kids. Number two, they didn't create that tag team. Three, they don't give a damn about what a tag team did in another company. Number four, Storm doesn't fit the WWE style.
I just want
And
beer
yet-
money.
We all want beer money, but there's still a quote-unquote rumored somebody that is going to be leaving.
Lance Storm's long gone there, buddy.
Yeah, no, Nick, you screwed that one up.
Ricochet?
Oh, God, I said Lance Storm. What?
Lance Storm? Oh,
I mean, listen, that's a question, too. Where's Lance Storm go every day? Where does he go?
He was going WWE.
Retirement.
He goes to the grocery store. He's got to go somewhere. He's got to go to the bathroom. He's got to go to the...
It's a valid question. It's definitely a valid question.
Yeah.
Valid question. You know what? No, I'll bring it back. I don't care. The question now is, where is Lance Storm going? Where is Lance Storm going tomorrow? Where's he going? That's the question. I don't want to hear anything else. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You know, we're supposed to be a team here. You guys don't help me out at all, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. I get slammed. My God. All right.
So, Storm.
I absolutely see what Jake is talking about. I would love to see James Storm back in WWE.
Because you said Lance Storm.
Oh, for God's sakes. Well, it's not my fault you got derailed. It's not my fault you got derailed, Jake.
It's not my fault you can't type the right banners at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So, James Storm, there's still rumored somebody to be leaving the WWE. Everybody thinks it's Ricochet, but what if it's Bobby Roode? And that's why they're trying to push him back right now. Bring him back, try to sell him on staying. But then Bobby Roode's the one to leave, and beer money goes off to whatever company they decide to go off to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think WWE really cares that much about Bobby Roode. I don't think they would put that much into him. I think that if Bobby Roode wanted to leave, they'd be like, "Go, leave." Like, I don't see him. I think they would definitely want to keep Ricochet. They definitely want to keep AJ Styles, just because they know what those two talents can do in AEW. But I think that WWE looks at Bobby Roode as, "Fuck it, go. I don't care." That's how I see it.
Storms in general are welcome. According to
Oh,
our
there's
friends.
one Storm I know. I think
Oh,
Do you know a person named Storm?
I know a person named Stormy.
Cloud. That's what I was thinking of, Stormy. I knew a girl named Cloud, though. Her name was Cloud.
Her name was Cloud. Wow, that's an interesting name. We'll have to find. Hope she's
Yeah.
on the show. Cloud, if you're here watching, please let us know you're here. Wow,
I
that'd be
can
great.
guarantee you she's not.
How do you know that? You don't know that. Maybe she's an avid wrestling fan. Who knows?
Maybe she's an avid stalker of Mike. Like,
He's an avid fan.
All right, avid fan. Now, guys, some serious news that I think we need to go over right now is some news coming out of AEW, and that is with the unfortunate news that both Lance Archer and Bandito have tested positive for coronavirus. With that said, also Brian.
Bandito has nothing to do with AEW.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lumped them together. I apologize. Because the other person I'm talking about is Brian Cage, who
Yes.
also has said that he does not feel well. Because of that, there's been some schedule changes tonight. John Moxley is going to take on Eddie King or King.
Eddie Kingston for the title.
Yep. So that's going to happen now. So number one, I mean, what does this mean going forward now? I mean, Lance Archer is supposed to have this big title match. Some of us are predicting he was probably slated to win the AEW championship. What does this mean going forward?
I don't think it changes. He quarantined for 2 weeks. It's going to be after the 14th, or the 14th will be after that 2 weeks. He'll be good to go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, John Moxley's the AEW champ. You can keep him off TV for 2 weeks, and they really won't do anything. But you can have him cut a couple promos, have him go with Will Hobbs, team up. But I actually wanted to see that. So it doesn't change anything at all. Like Jake said, quarantine for a couple of weeks, come back, and if you're going to get the strap, we'll get the strap right there.
All right. What do you think, Martin? Do you think it changes anything at all? Do you think they're a little nervous now about putting the title possibly on Archer, having the match? Or it's just going to go through, it is what it is?
yeah, it is what it is. He's going to change nothing about him. He's still going to get the title match, and when he comes back in 2 weeks, it's all going to be fine.
All right, so it'll be fine there. Some breaking news right now, but I'm sure people kind of expect it to happen. Candice LeRae has just won the Women's Battle Royal over on NXT, which means she will take on Io Shirai at TakeOver. It should also be noted that Johnny Gargano is going to be taking on Damian Priest at NXT TakeOver. So could both people possibly become champions? And they have a couple.
No.
I'm just saying, guys, I'm kind of disappointed y'all didn't point out the fact that there's a plush Dracula behind me.
You know, Jake, I saw it, and I made the decision not to talk about it.
I just noticed it for the first time. I don't know how it got there.
Ever in your life, have you never seen this plush Dracula that's sitting behind your shoulder?
I've never once seen this thing in my life. I have no idea where it came from. My wife just yelled, "You're welcome." I don't know. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, then. Well, that's that. Clinton, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Where is everyone seeing going? We just finished this conversation.
5 minutes late.
Just finished it. We all have different plans, his ideas of where he's going. Jake is adamant he's not going to WWE. So that's that. Anthony says here, AEW needs to be careful, though, in signing random past talents. They can easily fall into the TNA realm of obscurity if they don't continue to build from within. I mean, I agree. I think that they've been very good about the talents they've signed. They haven't done anything overly stupid. They haven't given anybody a contract that they shouldn't have gotten, in my opinion. How they book them, different story, but still, I think they've done an all right job at that. Brandon's asking, what are we looking at in Jake's room? It's a plush Dracula doll that for some reason Jake just realized he has in his house. All right. Okay then. I don't know how I don't know what to do else from there. Well, guys, so now some other rumors that came. Another rumor that came out this week is the idea that it's being spread around at the moment that Otis is going to be losing his Money in the Bank briefcase. Right now, it's not been determined of who it would be who takes the briefcase away from him, but that it would have something to do with John Morrison and The Miz, possibly both of them being co-Mr. Money in the Banks or whatever the heck it would be. I'm just going to put this out there. We don't know if this is true or not, but let's just say this. If this is the end, if the end is near for Otis with his Money in the Bank briefcase, has it just been a complete failure and just a complete waste of time? Because to me, what the hell is the point of any of that then? Why in the world would you do that just for the comedic relief and the fun pop that no one was there to give because we're in coronavirus land? So I'm going to ask Martin first, go to Mike, then up to Jake. Martin, what the heck is going on with the Otis?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, when he would have went to Money in the Bank, I was interested. But then as it kept going, I was like, okay, this is not going to end well. And when I heard the story, I was like, yeah, this is going to be well. Because I think that Otis needs to lose the Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase because he is not, because anyone has done nothing with him except using him as a comedy guy. And that is not really what you want from Mr. Money in the Bank. And who is he going to do? Who is he going to lose it to? I feel he's going to lose it to The Miz and John Morrison, and they are going to fight over the briefcase. And at the end of the day, I think John Morrison is going to take possession of it.
It's definitely an interesting idea there. Mike, just before you go, I want to bring up this quick comment here. Anthony's saying, how bad is Retribution?
Huh.
We are going to talk about Retribution. Do not worry. Me and Martin got a lot to talk about there. But Mike, your thoughts on Otis, Mr. Money in the Bank, him possibly losing it? What are you thinking?
I was optimistic at first. I was like, all right, let's see where this goes. I'm okay with it. It's Otis. He's funny. I'm going to be honest. I forgot that the Money in the Bank briefcase is even in play still. They really haven't done much with it, in my opinion. So Otis just isn't that guy. He's funny. I would love to see him with the tag belt sometime to see what him and Tucker can actually do with some gold on the belt. But it just hasn't worked. I don't like it. The Money in the Bank should be a big thing. I think Otis holding it is kind of ruining the mystique or ruining the name of the Money in the Bank. Because, I mean, come on, who's the champion now? Is Otis really going to cash in on Roman Reigns? You know, so let's say that what Martin says happens, and which I would be all for, Miz and Morrison going up against each other for the briefcase. I wouldn't mind seeing John Morrison win it. You know, right. For some reason, it brings me back to when Edge had the Money in the Bank title or the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, it kind of has some similarities. So I wouldn't mind seeing John Morrison hold it. The Otis situation, the Otis project didn't work. I'm over it. I want to see it do something else because he's not our WWE champion. He can't be.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Mike. I mean, I never saw him as a legitimate person. I was optimistic, like you said. I thought he could be funny because he was endearing. But the more they tried to use him and push him, it just did not click. And it seems to be whenever WWE has an organically funny thing, and then they realize it, so then they start pushing it like crazy, it becomes inherently less funny. It's kind of like when your parents get in on the joke, and they start trying to make the same joke as you.
Speaking of which, just before Jake goes, have you guys seen those TikToks of the mom that goes around to her kid and she's like, "You woke, right?" And the kids are just like, "Jesus Christ, why are you doing this?" They're pretty funny. Sorry, Jake. Go ahead. You look so upset up there.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm finding out all of this information right now. I don't know anything about this storyline.
Wow. Yeah. Well, guess what, Jake? Nobody else does either.
All right, cool. Then I'm on the same page as everybody. Got it.
It's really the storyline of Otis as Mr. Money in the Bank has been the most confusing, weird, makes no sense storyline I've ever seen with the Money in the Bank.
I can usually bullshit my way through a topic because, you know, I follow the updates of what's happening on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Tuesdays, whatever. I get my updates. I kind of know what's going on, and I can.
I'll be back.
Go from there.
You guys
But
I can go from there very easily, nonchalantly. You would think I watch the shows. However, even the updates on the websites I go to aren't saying anything about what's actually going on with Otis.
Because no one cares. It's not funny.
I was gonna say,
Essentially.
as far as I know, Otis hasn't even been on TV.
Now, guys, we got two really good comments here. I want to pull one up from our man Jay. Otis was over as funny, but I feel they should finish out the story. A quick run could be entertaining, but what would he do in a cash to win one of the tag titles in a singles match?
Make sure you guys go check out Jay's New Japan Wrestling
Yes.
articles on GameChangerSportsNetwork.com. He is killing it.
Covering all the G1 climax. Make sure you check that stuff out. Mike, go
And may
ahead.
I say, very beautiful man he is. He is a very beautiful man.
Stud muffin. Stud
Way
muffin.
better than all of us.
Now let's pull
Oh.
up our man Anthony
Keep my girl
saying,
away
I
from me.
know WWE will never do this, but what if Otis turned heel, dropped the whole dumbass gimmick, attacked his partner with the briefcase, and then was built up for 6 months as a bruiser, and then cashed in through heel fashion on whoever was champion? Here's
Hold on. Does he have 6 months left with the briefcase?
Oh, that's a good question. Does he?
It runs up at Money in the Bank. He can no longer use it.
So let's say, let's take 6 months to, or whatever time frame before, let's say a month before Money in the Bank. Can we say that? Is that enough time to make him a legitimate contender and someone who could be a world champion? In my opinion, that is not a terrible idea, but I hate when WWE has these big guys and makes them bruisers. They're the most boring, dull, completely annoying type of characters. I just don't trust that they can do anything good like that. But I don't know. Jake, what do you think? You think they can pull that off?
No. They can't build Retribution.
They cannot build Retribution. What's
Why
that,
would
Mark?
we think they can build somebody up like Otis, who is now known as a comedy character? Done. His career's over. He is what he is now.
Yeah,
I have 2 words. 2 words.
Go ahead.
Big Cass. It's the same thing they tried to do with Big Cass, and look what happened to him. And Big Cass, in my opinion, was a lot more talented than Otis is. And look what happened. They just ruined it. I don't trust WWE to book anything. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I completely agree with you guys. Now, real quick, Martin, a suggestion was brought up by our good friend Anthony saying maybe you turn Otis heel, try to save it, and make him the guy who cashes in. What do you think? You think they can make Otis a heel, Martin? Oh, I think Martin's having some issues there with his connection. I'm going to bounce him out. Martin, why don't you come back in and try it again? But we'll get his thoughts on that later. Dean is saying Big E. Now, Big E is an example of kind of almost a reverse. They tried to make him he was a tough guy, made him into a comedy act. Now he's trying to go back into it a little bit. Brandon's saying they could
comedy act though.
New Day was a comedy act, but good.
They were
Good.
They were comedy, but not stupid comedy. They were
Not
funny,
stupid
but
comedy,
they could
but
also
I
handle business.
They were definitely stupid comedy.
They were,
No.
but they were considered a legitimate team, though, Jake.
Yeah, but they were definitely stupid comedy.
They were definitely stupid comedy. I agree with you there.
I think it's great.
Mark, we got you back, man.
Are you guys good now?
Oh, we're good now. We hear you perfectly. What do you think? Do you think Otis
Right.
is a heel?
Yeah, I think WWE is just, I don't think that could happen because WWE already made him this goofy gimmick, and I don't think they can do it.
That seems to be whatever all of us are thinking too. So there's that. Well, guys, I want to now move to a topic that I really don't want to talk about. And normally I get really angry and I yell and I get upset, but I'm not going to this time because it's not worth the energy for me to scream and yell. This Monday night, we learned who the members of Retribution were. We learned they came out with these weird half mask things. They look like if anybody's here seen Dodgeball, I saw this meme going around. It was fantastic. It's the scene from Dodgeball when they lose all of their gear and they accidentally take the bondage guys' gears. They have masks and stuff with weird faces and stuff. That's what they look like. They look like this knockoff Max Fury Road. And basically what they said was, oh, we have contracts now, but we're still going to destroy WWE because we were promised call-ups and we didn't get it. And I'm mad. Yeah. And basically they've become this worser version, hot take, worser version than the Dark Order. They're less interesting than the Dark Order.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I do not know what in the hell they were thinking with this reveal, with these people, because one of the people in the group, guys, is Mia Yim. Let me ask you a question. Who's Mia Yim's significant other?
Bob the Builder.
Wrong, Jake, but you're close.
Keith Lee. Keith
Keith
Lee.
Lee.
The Undertaker?
Keith Lee.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it. Keith Lee. Who did they beat up not 2 weeks ago?
Bye, Mike.
Keith Lee. Mike will be coming back whenever he feels like. I'm sorry. It just makes no sense. And this whole thing of we got contracts, but that's stupid. Why would they pay you? Why in the world would you take the contracts? Wouldn't it have been more interesting if they said, we're not taking your stupid contracts. Don't you get it? The point is you're the problem. I don't know. Martin, I know you had a lot to say. I'm going to let Jake just make his 1 point quickly first.
Yep.
And then go. And then Martin, you, because I know you have a lot to say about this as well.
How can you diss the Aces and Eights storyline? That was the best build-up wrestling
Oh,
we've seen
God.
since the year 2000.
Dean, you made a bad mistake there. Jake he loves Aces and Eights.
Was the best storyline writing in any company 2000 to now decade time frame, whatever you want to call it, because it's technically 2 decades now. You can't get better than that reveal and that lead up to that reveal. It was the best. Okay, Martin, I want to hear you yell. I want to hear you get hyped. Let's go. You have something to say. Let's do it.
Let's talk about Retribution.
All right, so let's get the positive thing out of the way first. So Retribution, they were talking about they were stars are made money by money, and they felt that they would be stepped on. And the stuff they did backstage with the Hurt Business, I liked it. There's a match they had with the Hurt Business, it was pretty good. They looked good in the match. Now on the bad stuff. So first off, is it just me, or does those masks make them look like Batman's entourage?
Does absolutely look like a Bane. You could
All right,
I was born in it.
Alright, so we're on to the main event. This is the biggest problem I have in this company right now.
Tell us.
Here we have Dio Madden, Dominic Dijakovic, and Shane Thorne. That's one of them. 3 guys who we figured to be in the stable. This is where WWE pulls off the stupidest stuff that I have ever seen. But what you say, how is it stupid? Well, let me tell you. WWE gave them those weird name change. Are you ready to hear what the name changes are?
Let's. I know what they are, Martin, but I want you to tell.
I don't.
Tell us the names.
Well, their names are T-Bone,
Oh my god.
Slapjack,
Oh my god.
Slapjack, and Mace.
Wait, isn't it
Oh,
T-Bar?
T-Bar, Bone, or T-Bar.
T-Bone,
T-Bar.
Slap Dick, and Maze.
All right, let me repeat that. T-Bone, T-Bar, Slapjack, and Mace.
Thank you
What
for the
the
support
fuck are
on
you doing?
Twitch. I make nonsense.
What
That's
are
all
you
we
doing?
do here. All we do is nonsense.
Go ahead,
What are
Martin.
you doing, WWE? I mean, you have 3 guys who don't need their name change, and you turn them into an absolute joke. Which one is which? Well, I'm going to tell you. Dijakovic is T-Bone, or T-Bar, or whatever his name is. So, Shane Thorne is Slapjack, and Dio Man is Mace. That is just pathetic. Before I continue, Shane, Nick, Mike, can any of you 3 explain to me how WWE can give us an interesting concept and just ruin it in just one night and turn it into an absolute joke?
Ooh, can I answer? I'll answer because it's
Yes.
such good shit. Why? All right, so there is one way to save this.
Fucking ridiculous.
One way. Slapjack, slap dick, dick slap, and call it whatever you want. It doesn't
Retribution,
matter.
an anti-authority group that has a promo about signing with the authority.
One way to
All right,
save
so
this.
Oh, Jake, go ahead, Jake.
There's one way to save this, and I've been saying it all along. If that music hits and the very first thing you hear is, "My name is Enzo Amore."
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass as the leaders of this group, I don't care why they're following. You can work in why they're following. It at least makes fucking sense.
I'd be fine.
Now, real talk. I do think that what we were saying here, even if it's not Enzo and Cass, the leadership of this group has to lead to a big reveal. It cannot be that Dominic Dijakovic or T-Bar or whatever the hell his name is. And I agree with Martin. Those might be the worst names they've ever come up with. It might be the worst.
All right, so
They come up with some bad names.
All right, so it's not hard to book them. Have them get in there and be complete badasses for one agenda, one motive. It's that easy. Simple, done. But with WWE, they make it so hard to get behind the stable. Now, before I say something, I feel bad for Thorne, Madden, and Dijakovic because they have these crap and shitty names. And here's the hot take: it would not surprise me if they end up being one of the worst stables in WWE history.
The obvious.
Strong words from our man Martin. Mike, I want to ask you, man. I mean, you watch this unfold. You're watching it. You're seeing it happen. What are you thinking? I mean, is there anything that could save Retribution? What are your thoughts? What's going on?
I don't like Vince Russo, but he tweeted a few things, and he was like, "Hey, if you want a job at Apple, just go in their parking lot and start blowing shit up, and they'll give you a contract." Like, what does that even make? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, we gave you a contract. Why? They've been here this whole time wrecking shit. Why did they get a contract for? I don't know. I was so
this suggestion here. Clearly, Shane is the leader. How else they got contract? But let me tell you something. If Shane McMahon's the leader, I mean, that doesn't move the needle for me.
Okay, so for that theory, I see the
McMahon, Helmsley, all were fighting because we have power struggle storyline for 20 years now. I mean, come on.
Okay. We'll start with this. I get where he's coming from, because in order to make this make sense, which, let's be real, at the end of this, it's still not going to make fucking sense. But in order to make it make sense, now it has to be somebody that has the power to give them contracts as the leader.
Shit.
Right.
Could be Triple H.
Triple H. It has to be. They have backed themselves into a hole where it has to be Triple H. If it's goddamn CM Punk, I quit.
Why?
If it's CM Punk, I quit on the WWE. I'm done.
Why?
Yeah, why? I want to know why. Relax there. Jeez, man. I'm the one with high blood pressure.
Hey, I just had a DOT med test today. I do not have high blood pressure.
That is surprising.
All right. If CM Punk is the leader, I won't say I quit. More or less, the entire storyline doesn't add up to the potential that it could if somebody like Enzo and Cass are the leaders. So there's 3 levels of this right now. Enzo and Cass would be the top. CM Punk would be the middle. Triple H or Shane McMahon is the bottom.
Yeah, I'd be upset if it was Triple H.
Oh, it would be awful. And then you have to explain why Triple H wouldn't pick his best guns in this spot.
And that's what I was going to say. Just because there's so much better you could do with a Triple H-led stable, and you pick, they're great talent, but come on now.
Of all people, you have all these guys headlining takeovers, stealing shows.
Right. Stupid.
I don't get it. I mean, I said to you guys, I think 2 weeks ago now, when you have controlled chaos, approved chaos, nice cookie cutter chaos, it's not chaos. Now that they're members of the company, I'm not scared of them. I'm not in fear. Yeah. They should have it that the WWE, they want nothing to do with these guys. They should be afraid of them. There should be guards at the doors, guards at corners of the ring, because they know any second Retribution can show up. I don't know. Something just to make them feel like a real threat. Again, yeah. I mean, they're this anarchist group, and then they're having a tag match where they're holding the rope and doing legal tag moves and listening to the rules. What the hell is that?
Why did Aces and Eights work so well?
Well,
Why did Nexus work so
Everyone
well?
only believes that. So no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Jake. Why
Did Aces and Eights work so well? Why did Nexus work so well? Why did the Shield at the beginning work so well?
But they didn't follow the rules.
Because they don't care about the rules.
Follow the rules.
And here's an important distinction, though. So someone brought up to me like, well, the Nexus went and they got contracts. Why didn't you begrudge them?
They
Here's
had
the
no choice. WWE had no choice.
But no. Exactly. Now here's the thing. What was the motive of Nexus? Their motives were, we're going to join together as a group and we're going to make such a statement that they have to give us contracts. And then together we're going to rule WWE. Retributions is supposed to be this, we want revenge, we're going to destroy this company, and you talk about brass rings, and you talk about, giving people chances, and now we're going to destroy you. But we're going to do it on your dime.
Thanks for the money.
Thanks for the money, though.
Hopefully us fans can get some retribution for this. Hey, did you? Come on, that was good. Love you guys.
Hey, you left the room. Andy Man left the room.
Come on. No, that's funny.
You made him leave the room.
Jake, hold on.
All right,
what is that
let's talk.
door? What the heck was that? He just closed. It was like a spinning door in like an apartment building or something.
Oh
That
my
was-
God! Yeah, what the? Oh, I think it's just closed. Never mind.
No. There's something up with that door.
Here it comes.
There's something up with that door. What? He's dying. He can't control himself. What the hell is that?
Oh, no.
You know what that is? That's the door of good creative. Stuff just goes in and out, and it doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ.
God. Now, Dean Yates, I think, is answering. Dean Yates here is answering the rhetorical question of Jake from earlier. Because they were established wrestlers. Aces and Eights, NWO, and Retribution are built as outsiders. But here's the thing. Again,
Okay, Wes Briscoe was not an established wrestler before Aces and Eights.
Eric Young, excuse me.
Eric
Young was
Garrett
certainly
Bischoff.
not
Garrett Bischoff.
All right.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm very, very down on this whole thing now. I'm less interested than I've ever been, which sucks. You really need to keep me interested. A fan who wants it to be good, but I'm just not feeling it. Unless we have anything else to talk about this, guys, I want to move on.
Those names, before we do those names, sound like in GTA, like the new one where you have like Stab City where all the bikers are. Like it sounds like NPC characters. Like hey, what are we doing? Go get T-Bar. Like who's afraid of T-Bar?
It sounds like the bad guys in like an episode of like the kids show Paw Patrol. I have to watch it because I have little cousins.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. They feel like, oh man, here comes Slapjack. Oh,
Mason's coming.
It's like, I mean, are you kidding me? God, this is embarrassing. Well, guys, real quick, we have only 15 minutes left of this show, guys, but we might go a little extra. We'll have to see what happens. But I want to say a big shout out to everyone who's been following us this whole night so far for the last hour. We really appreciate you, and we'd really appreciate you. If you really want to help Game Changer Sports Network, get over to Twitch. Get over to Twitch and follow us at official_GCSN. Again, that's official_GCSN. Make sure you watch us.
And then use both your devices to watch simultaneously on Twitch and on Facebook.
Why not? You can hear us both at the same time every minute of your life.
Come on now,
It's
we all have
crazy.
the internet.
And real quick, guys, I want to say a big thank you to our friends over at Circus Monkey Sports, our friends over at The Whiskey Hour, for letting us simulcast on their programs. We think you're the best. Thank you very much.
You want to talk about a good beard? Ooh, look at the Whiskey Hour. Jay, my boy Jay.
Hey, whoa.
No, it's a beard, man. Excuse me, sir. I haven't even mentioned my pups today, sir. So,
well, here's your question. Now, how will you get drunk faster? Will you get drunk faster every time Jake drinks a Gatorade, or every time that Mike mentions or references something to a pop?
Me drinking Gatorade.
Oh,
Gatorade.
Jamaica saying, "I'll watch you guys. You guys are great.
Thank you.
I love that."
Don't do that. Don't, Jesus Christ.
Martin, get in on it.
Martin's not doing it. Martin's like, I'm going to
Not
stay
doing
right here and keep my dignity. Like a,
Good job.
Oh,
and a big
Hey,
We want people
we
on
got
Twitch.
another
We love you
follower
on
on the
Twitch. Get on Twitch. Get on Twitch.
Hey,
Mike,
Right.
we're gonna do it for Twitch fights. Well, guys, we're coming down to the end. We're coming down to the end of the show, guys. I think we should talk about pay-per-view coming up this Sunday, Clash of Champions. The news right now, we will have a watch party for Clash of Champions. It is confirmed. I have booked him. Our great friend Andrew Samaru will be joining us on Sunday as we cover WWE's Clash of Champions pay-per-view, Gold
The
Rush.
owner of the company is supposed to know these things.
The owner of the company has never said no, and he likes Andrew. Didn't think it was a big deal.
No, I meant the watch party in general, not who's on the watch party.
I thought it was understood because it was a show on Sunday.
This is awkward.
It's very awkward. We're going to have to discuss this. Okay.
Me and Martin feel like kids at the table when mom and dad fight, just sitting here looking.
What's more awkward, when your parents are having a fight or when you're over someone else's house for a sleepover as a kid and their parents
Oh,
start?
that's the worst.
Parents. Oh,
Oh
definitely
my
when
God.
their parents are having a fight.
That is.
Never mind.
Oh my God, that's very awkward.
Back to wrestling, guys. Clash of
Back to
Champions.
wrestling, but not back to my Saturday night. Let's talk about wrestling. So, guys, pay-per-view coming up, Clash of Champions. I think we should do what we always do: give our predictions, and then we'll see how we do as the night goes on. So, guys, I have the matches here on my phone. I'm going to pull them up and talk. I want to get your guys' quick thoughts on the matches. Number one on the night, we got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who are the current Women's Tag Team Champions, and they'll be defending their titles against the Riot Squad. Yes, in 2020, the Riot Squad is now back together with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. Mike, I'll go to you first. Are we getting a change, or is it just going to stay the same? What are we looking at here?
I don't care. I don't. This is horrible. Shayna and Nia will keep it. I'm going to keep it. Oh, man. Just thinking of the WWE product makes me very depressed because it's just such bad shit. I'll just go Shayna and Nia.
Shayna and Nia. We're going to Shayna and Nia. And I have to agree with you. I mean, this is just boring. I mean, they've now just totally watered down Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is now just an average person on the roster. And Nia Jax, it's also given an avenue for Nia Jax to have to talk more, which Nia Jax talking on the mic is the same as Tamina trying to wrestle in the ring. They're both awful. So that's that. Martin, I'm going to ask you now, man. Who's retaining here? Are they retaining? Are they losing the belts to the Riot Squad? What are your thoughts?
yeah, I'm a Mike. I think Nia and Shayna are retaining.
I think they're retained. We got a couple other people saying they're going to retain. We do got Clinton saying Riot Squad. He thinks the upset's going to happen. That'd be a little surprising considering they just gave them the belts, and we're talking about Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. But Jake, I'll ask you now, man. I know you probably don't even know what's going on with this storyline, but if you had to guess, you had to bet your house, who's walking out with these tag titles?
First off, I wouldn't bet my house. That's stupid.
Well, let's say
it's a
you
bigger
had to.
speech.
Go on.
Second, who cares? And like in all reality, you
Honestly-
have a makeshift team of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus a tag team that destroyed the Iconics or didn't destroy the Iconics because apparently they're back together. So what's the point of them now?
Oh, that was the stupidest thing ever. Can we talk about that for a quick second?
Absolutely. I would love to.
They break them up. It's this emotional breakup. Then they wrestle, and then Peyton Royce turns on her, and then now
They
they're
had
back.
some good storyline writing.
Well, yeah. I mean, because we all.
Back together?
Yep.
Yeah,
I love them. Iconics. I love them together. Don't get me wrong. I would rather them be together than not together. But you're gonna do that emotional, great writing of a breakup less than a month later and put them back together? Where's the logic?
that's not any booking for you.
Don't
That's
get
not any
it.
logic. They don't have any logic.
I mean, it might be, Dean. Might be. Our friend Rich is saying that they retain. I will agree. They retain. Even though the
That would be
Riot
such
Squad
good shit t-shirt.
could be a good Riot Squad could be a good thing for this tag team division because they need something, but it's okay. They'll lose immediately just as they're getting a little bit of steam. So great.
Real quick before we continue on the Clash Champions card, I watched one segment of Monday Night Raw this week.
One segment, Jake. What happened, Jake?
More than me.
Why was R-Truth looking for a shark?
But do you really have to? Is that really? I mean, are you surprised?
I was 100% expecting the shark to pop out of the water and pin R-Truth, and then he had to go swim and find the shark and pin the shark
God.
for the 24/7 title.
Damn, Vince just got a great fucking idea, didn't he? We'll see that next week.
Oh, you got animals in there.
That's such good
You
shit.
gotta make animals the champions. Don't you understand? Jesus Christ. Well, let's move on here. Now, guys, I should have mentioned what the pre-show match is. You guys want to know what the pre-show match is? Asuka taking on
Not
Zelina
really.
Vega, defending her Raw Women's Championship.
Why?
Oh,
That's
sure,
why.
this is the pre-show.
Asuka, who's supposed to be the Becky Lynch, recipient. You know, she's supposed to be the one that Becky anointed as the head woman of wrestling in Monday Night, in WWE right now. And she's gonna take on Zelina Vega, a heavy favorite by fans who could wrestle, who has an interesting character,
Yes.
and we're gonna put her right onto the pre-show. I love it.
Sure, this is on the pre-show. You're positive this is on the pre-show.
What
I have to.
what
Okay,
are you doing?
I have to be that guy.
That.
I have to be that guy. I have to ask.
Yeah.
How much of this match is because of Hispanic Heritage Month? I have to be that guy.
I mean,
She's wrestled twice in the past year.
Yeah, but
Title shot?
but the thing is, this is how I see it. Zelina's a good wrestler. She's a very good wrestler. So I mean, you know what is the dragon on the roof now?
No,
Jesus.
it actually looks like a what the fuck is that?
it's getting a leak.
Some sort of bug that's just up by the light now. I don't know where it came
Is
from.
that red thing that I'm looking at right there on the screen? Is that what that is?
Oh yeah, I see it too.
No, the other. Now
Oh
you
no, that's like that. So we had that in the living room when we took this house over as well. It's that putty crap that kids play with. It was all over the ceiling.
What the hell was happening in that house?
That's a conversation for not being live.
Got it. Okay.
When did you move in? 2010. You've been there forever.
All right. So real talk here, though. I mean, Jake, that's a very interesting point you're bringing up. It's definitely a possibility. We all agree that Zelina Vega is an awesome wrestler and deserves it, regardless if it is. Door doesn't work and neither does the ceiling.
Really?
The ceiling don't work. Guys, if I wanted you to shit on my house, I would have just taken you on a tour. How about you all worry about
A
yourself?
few weeks ago, I was getting buried for my bad connection issues, and now we're on you. So you can deal with it tonight. All right, sir? Jesus
I do
Christ.
want to see how that door works though, because that shit looks like magic.
So it's legit. The door itself is too big for the whatchamacallit, the hole. So we literally just prop
Frame?
it in. Yeah, the frame. We just prop it in and then lift it out. Because we just haven't gone to Home Depot to buy a new door yet. It's been like 9 months.
Are all the doors in your house?
Okay.
No,
No, it's just this door. It's
the
the
door hole.
'Cause I was gonna be like, give me your
When
patch right now.
the mommy door and the daddy door, you know.
It's literally only this door. It's like $30 to replace it. We just haven't done it. We keep forgetting every time we go to Home Depot.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's get back to wrestling and not Jake's Horror House. I hope someone got the reference I just made to Horror House 92 WCW. Anyone? Let's keep this going here. Rich is keeping us honest. He's saying Asuka will win. Let's talk about it. Is there any chance in hell that Zelina Vega wins the belt?
No.
nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
That's a no. That's a no. We all agree. Asuka retains her championship. Now we got an interesting match. Bayley, who's the SmackDown Women's Champion, taking on Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross won her chance, and I believe it was a battle royal as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I know she has a chance to face Bayley. Now, with everything going on with Sasha Banks, I have to believe that Sasha's going to get involved in this match. Now, if she gets involved, does she cost Bayley the championship? Or does she just interfere in the match and she wants Bayley to have that title so she can take it away later? I'm going to go with Martin first. Martin.
All right. First off, the way that they're running Sasha back, I'll lay it off. And second, the way that Sasha and Bayley are going with this storyline, there is no way that Bayley's going to lose that title just now. No way.
Right.
I think this even up like a WrestleMania or maybe Survivor Series.
Definitely, that's a strong take there. Jake, what say you? Are we going to see a title change, or is Bayley going to keep her belt?
There's no way Nikki Cross wins this match.
All right, no
under
way.
any circumstance.
No way, no way. Should be noted, by the way, guys, remember, this is Clash of Champions. Every title's on the line. And the tagline for the show, because I'm saying the tagline of the show because it's always important. The taglines since COVID have all made sense. They're all important. This one is Gold Rush. That's it.
Gold Rush?
Gold Rush. I don't know what that means. I think it's probably the most bland of all the taglines we've come up with so far.
I think I know what it means.
Jake says what it means.
Someone holding multiple titles?
Nope. A certain somebody had an entrance, I want to say 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago, where all he did, I got to get far enough back here.
Oh.
The gold came down behind him. Sparklers.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Oh.
I like it. Everyone do your Randy Orton pose. I want to see what everybody's Randy Orton pose is. Okay, that's Jake's. That's Martin's. I like Martin's. Martin's getting real big extension there. Mike will not participate because he's a wimp. And he doesn't know how to do it. That's why.
Mike, this is for the entertainment of the people, damn it!
Okay, fine.
Oh,
There it is. That's about to be the best one. We got Mike to do it. Peer pressure, everybody. Remember, peer pressure wins. Mike, we got
yes, it does.
buddy here. We got a buddy. He loves the Savages shirt that we're wearing. He says, "Let's go Yankees." I love it. I love it. Always gonna get a Yankee fan here.
The back's even better. It's gonna be too hard. It just says my guys are fucking savages in that box.
Guys, we're trying to get sponsors. Can we not curse as much? All right, there we go.
Whoa. No, this is the one show where we're allowed to let loose.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Entire fucking network.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one is the rated R. Rated R. Speaking of rated R, real quick, I don't care. We're gonna go over. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes. Of course, we're gonna go over.
yeah.
Speaking of rated R, did anybody watch the WWE Untold with Edge and Cena when they were talking about the TLC match from 2006? Anybody see it?
No.
So real funny, just because you said rated R. Edge hated the spinner belt. Like crazy. Hated. So when he beat Cena at SummerSlam, what he was told was you're going to get a new belt. And he went home and designed a new rated R superstar belt for the championship. And he presented it to them. And because they said, "Oh, dude, like, come up with the concept for it." And he goes, "Okay, I'm so excited. I'm going to make my own belt." And then they told him, like, "Yeah, so we're going to do the exact same design, but it's going to say rated R in the middle of the spin." And he's like, "Okay."
Damn.
Other funny story out of that, and everyone should watch it, it's hilarious, is they talk about the filming at John Cena's house with John Cena's dad.
Yeah.
Remember when they did the segment on Raw? It was silent, and all you heard was Edge doing the voiceover for it. There was actual dialogue. There was actual dialogue that was said that they intended to show, but John Cena's dad did so bad that when they brought it back to production, Bruce Pritchard shows it to Vince, and Vince goes, "My God, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. This is the worst. Oh, my God. You're going to have to ad-lib this whole thing." So Edge ad-libbed the whole thing on that night of Raw. So that's it.
Wow.
But didn't he do it live? Like, didn't he do it live? Yeah.
He did it live, ad-libbing everything that was happening. So I thought that's funny. And they showed like how there was one specific scene where after he slaps John Cena's dad, he's supposed to say, "And he's gonna kick your ass at." I think I remember what the pay-per-view was now. I don't remember what it was. It was Survivor Series? No, it couldn't have been Survivor Series.
SummerSlam?
No,
I remember that completely. It was SummerSlam.
well, SummerSlam was because it was he beat him in Boston. It was the one in Toronto. I can't remember what the show was. Anyway, the point is,
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven. You're supposed to say, "And he's gonna kick your ass in Unforgiven," and he just couldn't get it out. He just couldn't get it out. He just said other words that just didn't make any sense. So funny little side.
Your ass at Unforgiven.
Yeah, exactly. It was something like that. It was something like really bad. So I encourage everyone to go over and watch WWE Untold. All those Untolds are really good, but especially watch that one. All right, guys. Now, spoiler alert, it's another championship match here at Clash of Champions. We got Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Lucha House Party for the tag team championships. This is, to me, put under a who cares match, but I really want Cesaro and Shinsuke to retain the belt. Jake, do you have any thoughts, any interest, any energy at all to put into this? He is shaking his head no. So, Martin, do you have any thoughts on this match?
I think Cesaro and Shinsuke should win, but I have an idea. How would you put that match, put it on the pre-show, and then you put Asuka with Zelina in their time slot?
Wow, that's Martin, that's called smart. And that's something that does not exist in WWE. Mike, do you have any thoughts on this match?
Shams retain.
Yeah, I agree completely with you. Let's move on here. We got the United States Championship match. Bobby Lashley taking on Apollo Crews. Another match that can just be a pre-show match. Who cares? I'm going to say Bobby Lashley retains with the help of the Hurt Business. Does everybody agree?
Yep.
Great. We can move on. Street Profits will take on Andrade and Angel Garza for the Tag Team Championships. Does anybody think that the champions aren't going to win?
Yeah, I think Andrade and Angel are going to win.
I could kind of see it.
For the love of God, just put the title on Andrade and Angel Garza already. They
Seems
are
like the right time.
Team. They're a great team. Just put the title on them already. What are you waiting for? Also, you can just put that match on the pre-show and put Asuka and Zelina on that title as well.
Just
who knows?
Boring. But I have to agree with you. I think it's time. Let them do it. We all agree they should. It's all about will they. And, that always comes into play here. But I actually think there's a very good chance Andrade and Angel Garza walk out as tag team champions.
Okay, so
everyone here agrees.
So if the Street Profits win, then that will give me more thinking that big money is coming.
All right. Well, Martin has that thought there. Does that mean another team at least is coming? Have to at that point because of what is the Raw tag? Again, I say this every week. At least SmackDown has some tag teams.
Yep.
Raw has nothing. But now here we go. Dean has a point here. Yeah, champs lose and go to SmackDown since they already started the feud with Nakamura and Cesaro.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, guys, I'm going to now talk about what I think is going to be the sleeper. I think this is going to be the match that steals the show. And that is Jeff Hardy defending his Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles and against Sami Zayn in a triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental belt. I think this match is going to be a lot of fun. I understand the age that comes into it, Jeff Hardy, but the guy still knows how to work a ladder match. I'm really excited for this match with all the competitors in there. All these guys know what they're doing. But I do think that Hardy is not going to retain. I think Sami Zayn is going to take this belt back. Martin, I'll go to you first. What do you think?
Before COVID happened, WWE was really pushing hard on Sami Zayn as the Intercontinental Champion.
Absolutely.
And I think they're going to stick to that plan. They're going to have Sami Zayn win the match. And I agree with you. I think that match could quite honestly be the best match of the night.
All right. So there you go. Mike, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I agree. I like Jeff Hardy as the IC champion. I'll tell you what, I like Sami Zayn more. I think Sami Zayn's great. I want to see him with the Intercontinental Champion. It is going to be a hell of a match. You got three guys that can actually go. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn on this one.
All right, we got a comment here for Clinton saying, I want to say AJ, but I also want to say Hardy. I'm stuck between those two. Isn't it fun when you can't decide the winner of a match so easily? Doesn't that make it so much more fun?
Yeah, I know, right?
Got one of them.
Not one of them. Now, Jake, what do you say here? Who's walking out as Intercontinental Champ?
Well, first off, this is definitely a match I would love to have seen 5 years ago.
Absolutely. We can all agree to that.
However, I still think they're going to be creative, and I think they're going to be very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jeff Hardy's walking out, though.
All right, Jeff Hardy. That's done there. We're going to say Jeff Hardy walking out as champion. Rakiv says he retains. I say Sammy. I believe Mike also said Sammy, and I think so did Martin. So we'll have to see what happens. I definitely could see him winning it, though. We got here. Anyone can win the match, and it'll be good. I completely agree with you. I think that this match is going to be great. Now, right now, they have not finalized the WWE Championship match. Have they, Martin? Have they completely finalized that yet? Wasn't there this weird thing? It was like if Randy...
Yeah, they finalized it. Yeah, they did. Randy Orton interfered in Keith Lee versus Drew McIntyre. So that shows that he's going to be at Clash of Champions. So it's going to be him against Drew in an ambulance match for the WWE title.
All right. So let's go to that match right now. Who's walking out as WWE champion? Is Drew just retaining again, or are we going to get a shakeup? Jake.
Randy Orton.
He says Randy Orton. I think you had Randy Orton at SummerSlam too, Jake. So
I did.
So maybe we'll have to see what happens there. Mike.
I hate to say it, but I think Randy as well.
Wow. So we're giving up on the experiment of Drew.
Oh, no,
Man.
I am not giving up on the experiment of Drew. I want the experiment of Drew. I think WWE is giving up on the experiment of Drew.
No. Tell
me why.
WWE hasn't given up on Drew. Drew was robbed of a proper title run. So what you want to do, the ambulance gives you the added benefit of making Drew McIntyre still look strong. But then say they're playing his jaw right now. Say he has a broken jaw. He's gone for 6 to 8 months. Realistically, haven't gone until fans come back and give him his proper title reign.
I don't have faith in the WWE to give him the title reign back, though. I don't. I don't think that they would actually do that. I would love it. I want it. But I don't think WWE would actually do it.
Drew is, over the course of COVID, Drew has become a top babyface in the WWE.
100%. Not a question.
The WWE is a babyface territory. It always has been.
Right.
The babyface is going to hold the title longer than the heel to begin with. You give Orton to jump to Edge to have McIntyre come back when fans are there to take the title from Edge.
Is Drew more over now than Daniel Bryan was before he won the title?
It's hard to tell because there's no fans.
I'm just saying, if there were fans, do you think that Drew would be as over as Daniel Bryan was? I don't. And look how long it took for them to pull the trigger on Daniel Bryan. That's just how I see it. I don't think
they've also learned from the entire Brock Lesnar handpicked Drew McIntyre.
Right, but I just don't see it. I would love it. I'm not saying that I would hate it. I would love it. I just don't have faith in WWE to do it.
Listen, we're all very shaky on our faith from WWE to actually do things correctly. And I see what Mike is saying is if Vince gets very, very bored quickly. So if all of a sudden Drew's out for a period of time and they're like, well, no, we just want to keep him fresh. We want to bring him back when there's a reason to have a bigger pop. Unless your name's Brock Lesnar, Vince McMahon doesn't think like that. He just doesn't. So I see what Mike is talking about. I do have to say, though, I think it's going to be Orton, too. I think they're looking for a bit of a shakeup here, and I think Orton's the guy to do it. So
I think it's gonna be Randy. Oh, and breaking news!
No boy.
Cody's back.
Cody's back to wrestling?
Yeah, he just returned.
Thoughts on that, everybody?
I have to see it, honestly.
Same.
He just attacked. He returned and attacked Brody Lee in the Dark Order.
All right, I'm sold already. He came back the way he should have.
Yeah, after Orange Cassidy lost.
Sorry.
Yep, after Orange Cassidy lost, Cody Rhodes came back and attacked Brody in the Dark Order. Yep.
All right. Well, so there you go, guys. Cody
That-
Rhodes returns to AEW television and
That
attacks.
probably only happened because of all the external circumstances.
Yeah, they probably called him up like, "Yo, we need you here back."
Oh, he was already there. Let's start there.
Well,
He's
you know what?
backstage.
I meant the character come back to television. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Obviously, he's
All
already. All right, let's get now to the main event. The last match we should talk about tonight. I can't believe I'm saying this is a match. Roman Reigns will defend his Universal Championship match against his cousin Jey Uso in a match. I'm actually interested because I'll tell you why. This is the match that could truly solidify Roman as the bad heel that we need him to be. Because what we don't need is a badass heel. Because badass heels are just baby faces in heel clothing. What you really need is a Roman Reigns that people don't like. And you know what people don't like? Is people who turn on their family. The face that Roman Reigns gave to Jey after they won their tag match on SmackDown was this face of, I'm going to tear you limb from limb. I'm going to just destroy your soul. And I think that's what has to happen in this match. It has to start with Jey going like, "Oh man, it's gonna be a fun competition between me, my brother, my cuz, Oos. I love him so much. Let's go out there. Who's the best man to win?" And Roman Reigns, in my opinion, needs to decimate Jey Uso. He needs to brutalize Jey Uso. He needs to throw him all over the ring. He's got to slam him into the apron. He's got to keep beating him after the match is over. Just destroy him. Take a chair, smash him like crazy, put him through a table, do something. Because you need, and I think Dean makes a great point here, he needs to go full Brock versus Cena. Just brutalize him. Just make him humble and just make people understand that it doesn't matter if you're my family, it doesn't matter if you're my friend. I am here to have this belt and I will destroy anyone in my way. That's just my thoughts. I think it could be a very important match for Roman Reigns' heel turn. Mike, you seem to be ready to jump on some topics there as well, so go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree, because one thing that I see around the entire internet is people wanting Roman Reigns and the Usos to come together and be a heel team. That's one thing that I keep on seeing everywhere.
Right.
All the groups on Twitter are everywhere. What better way to make Roman Reigns a piece of shit than have him beat up Jey Uso? I'm with it. I'm with it. I like the matchup. I don't hate it at all. I think that Roman, before he was trying so hard to be something that he's not. And we all know, how many times have we heard this saying, that good characters are yourself turned up to 10. And this is Roman Reigns turned up to 10. He's just being himself. He's being a dick. And that's fine. People are liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking the match. Roman's going to kill him. And I'm fine with it. That's how it should be.
All right. Martin, what do you think, man?
I'm with you guys. I think Roman should definitely brutalize Jey Uso. But what if, during the attack, if he's healthy, Jey Uso comes back and tries to save Jey, and Roman just brutalizes him as well. He brutalizes both of his cousins. That to me would solidify him as the heel right there. And also, I think Roman's going to win the match.
Well, I mean, I think we all agree Roman Reigns is going to win the match. I don't think anyone thinks he's not going to. But I know
what would make him even more heel is if he kicks the shit. If he kicks the shit out of Jimmy's wife, what's her name?
Damn it! You
Naomi.
took mine.
Oh,
I was waiting for my turn.
Is he giving her a full spear, or is it just, all he has to do is give her a quick Superman punch? There's a real quick, like she's
No, you have to full out. You have to.
All of
Every Samoan in wrestling should be there for this match. Seth Fatu, Jacob Fatu, the Usos, Rikishi.
Roman
He needs to
Reigns.
destroy them all.
Roman Reigns just destroys the entire tree of Samoa.
And then he sits there and he
I
says,
love it.
I'm the Samoan dynasty.
I love it. I love it.
No, guys, I gotta tell you though, it does make kind of sense. I know we're being silly here, but there are rumors, and The Rock has said he is willing to face his cousin Roman at WrestleMania at some point. Could you have it that a story where Roman Reigns just brutalizes everyone in the world who loves him and who's his friend and who's his family and who's better to try to set him straight than his own family, his own cousin, The Rock. I'm not saying it's not out of possibility.
Yeah, I like that and have him return like the Royal Rumble or Survivor Series when fans are actually back. And I swear, if they bring back The Rock with no fans, that would be.
I mean, that definitely would be a difficult sell. That's why I think the timeline of WrestleMania, that's far enough away, you can get away with something like that. Quickly, Jake, I mean, I think you already kind of made your points in here too. We all agree that Roman's winning here. Is there anything more that Roman needs to do to Jimmy, or to Jay, that we haven't said already? No. All right. Well, I'll take that. Well, guys, I want to say thank you to everyone who followed us. You got almost 20 extra minutes of Squared Circle Talk tonight. You feel so excited. Again, we want to thank everyone who's following us on all of our affiliate pages, Circus Monkey and Whiskey Hour. We want to thank everyone who jumped over to Twitch and is watching us there. And, of course, we want to thank everyone here on Facebook because you guys have been awesome. We really appreciate it. We will finger poke. Dean, get out of here. You've lost privileges. Well, guys, we will possibly. I'll have to talk with Jake to make sure that we have our Sunday Clash of Champions watch party. We'll get out an announcement sooner rather than later if we're doing one or the other. With that
Let's
said,
be real. We're doing it.
We're doing it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Discussion later. Good. We're both tired. We don't have to talk after this. Great. Great. We're doing it, guys. Again, Andrew Sandler will be there. It'll be fun. We'll get an official announcement up by tomorrow. Below me is Mike. To the diagonal of me is Martin. Over here is Jake. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Later, guys.